Does everyone like meat? I think most of you do. It tastes very good and it is also rich in protein, which gives us a lot of energy. Nowadays, people all over the world consume meat, and the consumption rate is humongous. For this reason, more and more meat must be produced. It is said that we need 70% more food by 2050. You might think that producing meat is just an ordinary process. However, there are several hidden problems behind meat production. We must change this situation immediately, or we will destroy our planet. Today, we are going to discuss how animal agriculture affects the environment. To begin, a vast amount of land is used for animal agriculture. The Food and Agriculture Organization states that 26% of the planet's ice-free land is used for livestock grazing. In addition, 33% of cropland is used for livestock feed production. This means that about 75% of global agriculture land is being used for animal agriculture. As you can see from this diagram, we use far too much land for animal agriculture. Let me ask you a question. Why is it so bad to use so much land? Using too much land for animal agriculture is one of the leading causes of deforestation. Take a look at Brazil, for instance, where animal agriculture is responsible for between 90% of Amazon forest lost. Every second, 1-2 acres of the Amazon rainforest are cut down to develop land for grazing livestock and animal feed. This results in animal extinction too. By cutting down rainforests, we are disputing the natural habits of insects and animals. It is said that 137 species of plants, insects, and animals are disappearing every day because of deforestation. The Earth's biodiversity is being lost by development of land for animal agriculture.
I will talk about the effect of gas because of cattle farming. When you eat beef,
methane and nitrous oxide are produced. They are more harmful greenhouse gases than carbon dioxide. Concretely, methane is 23 times worse than CO2, and agricultural emissions produce 65% of nitrous oxide.
methane is produced by fed burp, body waste, and so on. Especially burps of cows discharge 20 or 30% of emissions in the world. I searched the way how to reduce burp. DSM, which is a Dutch company, used computers to create a methane blocking molecule called 3NOP that appeared to cut burps methane by about a third when sprinkled on a cow's feed. However, there are still many problems. First, some people think that it is dangerous for health to eat 3NOP compound. Another is that some cows may not eat the feed with 3NOP enough. They cannot produce a lot of milk and delicious meat.
This picture shows that all transportation discharges 13% of emissions. On the other hand, animal agriculture produces 51% of emissions. If people who eat beef more than 3 times in a week reduce to eat once a week, people can reduce as much CO2 as people avoid driving 75 billion kilometers.
The amount of emissions caused by animal agriculture has been increased year by year. It is said that it will increase 80% by 2050. Greenhouse gas like CO2 and methane is great impact on global warming. This picture gives information about global warming and climate change. For example, in cities, the temperatures are higher and higher, and there are more heat waves. It happens disasters like stronger storms, more droughts, and wildfires.
So, what would be a solution to solve this huge issue? Perhaps trying to be a vegetarian or vegan? Or maybe trying to reduce our meat consumption? Wouldn't it be great if there is a food that tastes exactly like meat? In fact, there's one magical product that exists today but contains no animal byproduct. It's called Beyond Meat. Have you ever heard of it? It's very fascinating, right? Let me explain what the product is. In 2009, in the US, Ethan Brown was working in clean energy because of his concern about climate change. When he learned about the impact of industrial animal agriculture, he started wondering what is really meat. He realized that meat is simply a combination of lipids, amino acid, minerals, and water. So rather convincing everyone that they should think more about the climate impact of meat, Ethan decided to create climate-friendly meat from plant-based meat. He found investors and hired food scientists, plant biologists, chefs, and other culinary experts. 3 years later, he and his team proved it's possible to make meat from plants. This is what the Beyond Meat burger looks like. It looks like just normal burger, doesn't it? These are some of the people who have invested in the company. Bill Gates, CEO of Microsoft, Leonardo DiCaprio, Don Thompson, former CEO of McDonald's, Eric Schmidt, former CEO of Google, Dustin Moskovitz, Facebook co-founder. There are many famous people, investors as well.
This type of meat is called clean meat. Clean meat, like clean energy, is produced with far less harm to the environment. Clean meat is also just physically cleaner because there is no slaughterhouse, so the meat has no bacterial contamination and no antibiotic or other drug residues. Here is the ingredients of the Beyond Meat. It's also a vegetarian and vegan friendly product. As you can see, Beyond Meat is very healthy food. Unfortunately, we don't have it in Japan at the moment, but Mitsui Bussan is investing the company, so I'm pretty sure that they will start selling the product in Japan very soon. If the Beyond Meat spreads all over the world, we don't have to poison the planet and ourselves to have meat. We believe that this is a solid solution to solve the meat and animal agriculture issue. Thank you very much for listening.